Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and we're finally back with some Warhammer the Old World news. Not only that, but there is a lot of stuff to cover. Oh god, I'm actually really excited about this. So let's just jump right in. So of course there's no need to discuss the fact that Kislev is obviously going to be a playable faction, and of course that Kislev's areas have been changed. They're going back and rewriting the lore quite heavily, and of course coming up with new things. But then this is where the big information comes. Bases are confirmed to be square. This is absolutely fantastic as we're getting our old rank and file system. It's actually confirmed that it's a reinvention of the classic rank and file system of the game of Warhammer Fantasy Battles. Regiments move in ranked up units, and strategic maneuvering into position to launch and receive a critical charge will be as much as a key part of this as it ever was. So it's the old style system, nothing is changing there. That is so good to hear. I am just so excited. I still play Warhammer Fantasy, but I want something new. I want new models. I want new rules. And not even that, there's some really cool news here. If you've still got old school Warhammer Fantasy Battles, it's not going to 10mm, it's not going to 15, it's staying in the exact same scale it always was, and they are actually encouraging you to use your old armies. That's absolutely fantastic. Many of us have still kept our armies close, and being able to use them again in official events, in the new edition and so on, that's going to be awesome. There are some old minis that I like to use myself, as they are just really nostalgic. Some of my first ever Warhammer Fantasy minis I have used despite the fact that they might have been updated over the years. In regards to rules, they are apparently taking the best mechanics from 3rd edition all the way up to 8th, and adding new mechanics too where they need to start adding some new stuff, but they said it's going to be fresh yet familiar. This is absolutely fantastic. If they can get the best from, say, for example, 6th edition, which was a fantastic edition, it was one of the best, I'd have to say, and obviously some quality of life changes that came from 8th. Not only that, but there's a load of other stuff there too. This would be absolutely massive. I honestly can't wait to see what they have planned, but I'm absolutely hyped up. From 3rd edition to 8th is big. There were loads of really good things about all those editions. They do mention that they're not going through 1st and 2nd because that was more of a role-playing game, and of course that makes a lot of sense. Now, something quite small but actually really important to us Old Guard factions, Orcs or Uruks. No, they're going to be called Orcs because that's what they were called in Warhammer Fantasy. Then typical naming conventions are going to stay, and that is so cool. It's going to be the same. It's going to be our old world. This is absolutely fantastic. They've already confirmed near enough the setting without saying exactly what it is. It's set a few hundred years before the end times, and it's pretty much going to be the first proper massive chaos invasion. The Great War Against Chaos, where Asavar Kul led a massive invasion and, well, was pretty close to actually winning. This is going to be quite cool. It's a great setting, you know. We've got the rise of Kislev around that time too. There's just so many really cool things about that lore, which we'll have to start covering soon. They said there's no news on a release date just yet. It's going to be a while, but I'm pretty sure that more updates will come out soon, though it's big news as we've already gotten. This is massive. Being able to use our own old minis again, that's going to be absolutely great, and we know that they're going back for the old style rule and square ranked and file armies. This is going to be so cool. The most important thing about this is we know stuff is progressing, and of course we're going to have to wait a while, but we know stuff is moving along. I just can't wait to actually get my old armies up and running again. Many of them have been in storage collecting dust, but I think it might be time to start tending to them and possibly repainting some stuff. What do you guys think about all this? I mean, there must be a lot of old guard here who used to play Warhammer Fantasy, or some people who wanted to try and play Warhammer Fantasy but were not able to as the setting was already gone. So are you guys going to play, or you're going to wait and see? I'm just extremely excited, and I really wish I had some primer in the house now, because I have a bunch of Plague Bearers that could do with a 25mm base. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and let's start a bit of a discussion.